Okay, check this out. Day 1 of Guinness World Records has said that I can start training to be the best mustard chugger in the world. Because I've got to down the mustard, which is something similar to all the mustards. Yes. So with that, what I'm going to be doing today is talking a little bit about and drinking a little bit of mustard for y'all's convenience. But I want to talk about how mustering up the courage to talk to your kids about sex and what that looks like, the reasoning why. So, the first off, and I'm going to do it in this analogy with mustard. Catching my drift, mustard up the courage. This is how we're going to do it here. All right, so here I've got my hot dog. I mean, some people don't like hot dogs. I kind of like these Nathan hot dogs. They're pretty awesome. And some people hate mustard altogether, but a lot of people really like having mustard all in of itself. So, just like talking to your kids about sex, mustard's good. This is your kid. So essentially being able to talk, most of what we end up seeing on, I don't know, on a French's commercial or something like that, something like that. Some people may say that's too much, some people may say that's not enough. But ultimately what we're looking at is, if you're able to talk to your kids about sex, and we're talking not just sex, not like the act of sex, we're talking sexual health. That could be something as simple as starting when they're infants and talking about when you're doing head, shoulders, knees, and toes, or naming their body parts like this is your elbow and how cool is your nose, boop, boop. Also being able to talk to them about their genitals. This is your vulva, this is your penis. That is a sexual health conversation. Even though they're not talking back to you, or they may have some different questions, all of this, we're talking all-encompassing, all these small conversations that we're having. So many people feel like around the age of 8, maybe the age of 12, and then the age of 16 are the times that we have these big talks about sexual health. And what I'm here to demonstrate to you is small conversations like this, where if we take a little bit and you're like, hey, there's just a little bit. Man, you know what? That's pretty good stuff. I love having a little bit of mustard on there. It's palatable. It makes the hot dog taste good. It doesn't overindulge your senses with just mustard. However, when you're talking to your kids at the age of 8, and we're talking they have had no talking, maybe we haven't even used the word penis, or maybe they've heard it and they're like, oh, this is my private area. And we're not having conversations about relationships, about their hands in their pants, anything along these lines. If we have not had these conversations with them, and all of a sudden we sit them down at this dinner, or we pull them into a room where it's just you, or it's you and your partner, and you say, okay, today we're going to talk about the birds and the bees. And we hammer out an entire lesson full of like, okay, so woman has a vagina, male has a penis goes in the vagina, then baby's made, then baby comes out, and whatever you decide to tell them, it becomes a lot like taking this mustard piece, giving the information, and just going like this. Oh, missed a spot. Now, taking this, that's a little strong. Woo! That's a lot to take in at one moment. Yeehaw! That hit the back of my throat real tough. Woo! That is a ton of that is so much information to take in for an 8-year-old. And then we don't talk about it again until they're 12. Oh, by the way, kid, here's more to have. And then we're like, hey, can you eat that? Oh. Eat the rest of that. And this entire time, I mean, there's so much information to take in. It's too much for kids. Too much right at the very beginning. Like trying to eat all this mustard on a hot dog. No one wants that much mustard. It overcomes everything. So, what I'm encouraging with this is taking it in small increments. we're not having one talk, we're not having 3 talks throughout this child's life. We are mustering up the courage to have an every other day talk, or noticing when a song comes on the radio and you can have a conversation about relationships, or about consent, or about how they're in charge of their body and no one gets to decide what they do with their body. There are so many different things to talk about that don't involve penis, vagina, and how those interact to create a child or to experience pleasure. There's a lot more when it comes to sexual health. We're all sexual beings, and we all experience sexuality to some degree or another, or we don't, and that still is a part of the spectrum. So, with all this, I hope this it reiterates a little bit more about what I'm hoping everyone does to muster up their courage to talk to their partner about sexual health, or to talk to their kids about sexual health. This is what I'm passionate about, and I'm also passionate about mustard. So, September 22nd, 2018, I'm going to be attempting the world record of drinking mustard from a bottle to try and take it away from this guy in Germany who currently holds the record at 18 ounces. I myself am going to go for over 20. Stay tuned for videos of trainings as well as other fun informational videos like this. Thanks for tuning in. And if you're interested in other things that we talk about, or if you're still not quite sure what to talk about when it comes to sexual health and your children, check out birdsandbeespodcast.com, and you can find us on Instagram, and we cover all those different topics about different things that you can explore with your kids and questions that they have as well. So, thanks for following this video. Hope you're not too disgusted. I got a hot dog to finish.